Welcome to Lancashire Fire and Rescue Services podcast series, Out of the Ashes, Stories from Lancashire. As we'll soon be opening up recruitment for on-call firefighters, in today's episode we'll be discussing the role of an on-call firefighter. On-call firefighters are members of our community living and working in Lancashire who often have another job but also respond to emergencies from home or work when needed. There are 39 fire stations across Lancashire and 58 fire engines. 32 of those fire engines are crewed by on-call firefighters. The service employs people from all walks of life in the role, ranging from self-employed tradespeople, stay-at-home parents, to employees of small businesses and large well-known organisations. They are professionally trained firefighters who work alongside full-time colleagues to respond to a wide range of incidents, from road, rail or air crashes to floods, fires and chemical spills, or rescuing people trapped in confined spaces. On-call firefighters must live or work close to an on-call fire station and be able to respond quickly to crew the fire engine, generally being able to get to the station within 5 to 8 minutes. They are often the first to attend emergencies in their towns and villages and provide a vital resource for Lancashire Fire and Rescue Service. Today, we'll be finding out what life as an on-call firefighter is like, understand what is required from the fitness test, and how to apply. Today I'm speaking to on-call support officer Adam and firefighter Leanne. How are you both today?
Very well, thank you.
Very good, thank you.
And do you want to just introduce yourself and explain your role?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Adam Wagstaff. I'm the watch manager team leader for the on-call support officers. I pretty much am based all over the county, just supporting my crew managers, supporting the on-call units.
And yourself, Leanne?
I'm Leanne Walker. I'm a firefighter who is currently in development at AB Station. I joined back in November 2022.
So shall we both start with what made you want to be an on-call firefighter for both of you?
So my uncle was in the fire service, and from a young age he'd always encouraged me to join, but I was a single parent, so I had to wait till my daughter had grown up. I used to be in the army, and It was a great alternative once I'd left the forces, and I love everything about being on call.
Oh, and does your daughter recognise that you're an on-call firefighter?
Yeah, my daughter, she's not so little now. She's due to turn 18 in a couple of months. But yeah, she thinks it's the best thing I've ever done, and I love it.
And what about yourself, Adam?
So I actually started my fire service career on the on-call 18 years ago at Rottenstall. Shout out Rottenstall crew. So I started 18 years ago at Rottenstall. And I did the on-call for approximately 6 months before thinking, I want to do this full time, and put an application in, albeit with a different brigade. Don't want to get shouted at for that. But so I did that, and I did on-call and whole time for a period of about 5-6 years before eventually, due to personal commitments, having to unfortunately drop the on-call. It was a brilliant experience, a great insight as to what the firefighter role is.
And in your role as an on-call support officer, do you enjoy helping people?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I've literally, Sunday just gone, was involved in the physical assessment day for some recruits that are currently going through that process, and it just brought back so many memories in watching, what they're going through, and being there for moral support through fitness tests as well, really pushing the people through it who sort of maybe about a minute before the test ending, you can see that they're, sort of flagging a little bit, and it's just pushing them across that finish line. It's actually quite rewarding.
I can only imagine what it's like being there, trying to help people get through it.
Definitely.
So what's your favourite part about being an on-call firefighter?
It's being involved in community. You get to, and it's a really varied job. No two jobs are the same. And then the fire family, the fire crews, it's like a second family. It's such a close-knit, and it's nothing like anything else I've ever experienced. Each day is just totally new, and it's a real adrenaline rush, I find.
Yeah.
When that alert goes off and you're coming into station and you're finding out what the job is, and then you're going out and you're seeing the people that you're helping, and then you get the feedback from the people you have helped. It's such a rewarding job. It's like nothing else.
It gives you a massive buzz, isn't it? Because I remember, so I was 19 when I started the on-call, and the area that Rottenstall was at, there was a lot of you know, so like pubs and bars and stuff. So I'd be out on call, obviously not drinking, but like I'd be with my mates, and all of a sudden my page would go off, and it was like, oh, what's he going doing? And then you come back, and it's like, oh, I've just, you know, rescued somebody out of a car, or done this and that, and you know, it was a kind of such a massive sort of proud feeling to that's what you were doing for your, you know, like you mentioned, like your community.
Do you feel really proud to be able to help the people that, you know, you're living amongst?
So I'd say probably my favourite part is, and it still is now, it's turning out on jobs. Definitely, it's going helping people and you know, rescuing people, saving lives, properties, animals, etc.
And no two jobs are ever the same, are they? You don't go to the same thing all the time.
No, and some of the jobs that we do go to, they're so like, some of them are unreal. Like I've been to rescue a pigeon out of a tree before, and you think, well, aren't pigeons supposed to be in trees? Like, so yeah, I've been to, like, you know, and then, you know, rescuing sort of 15 cows out of a slurry pit. It's just so dynamic, because obviously once upon a time we used to be called the fire brigade, but now we're the fire and rescue service, because we go to so many different things. We ultimately rescue service and humanitarian service, really.
It's an ever-changing role. It's not just about, oh, we're there to put out a fire, or we're there to cut somebody out of a car. We're wanting to prevent accidents in cars and prevent the fires.
So before you both joined, did you have any concerns about how being an on-call firefighter would fit into your daily lives?
I actually came down to the station for quite a number of months before I put my application in. Did a lot of background research into finding out what the role actually entails, because I didn't actually, although my uncle was in the service, I didn't actually know a lot about it. So after doing the research and finding out how many hours you need to commit, you know, where you need to be, what the turnout time and things are, it put all my doubts and any concerns I had at ease, that I could easily fit it in around my life, and that they're good at helping you fit in your life around the on-call.
So would you suggest that to future applicants coming down to the station?
If you're interested in joining the on-call service, reach out to your stations. All the stations are happy to talk to anybody that's keen to join. They're happy to show you what is involved, talk you through the fitness process. You know, anything you want to know about the process, they're quite happy to talk to you and get you involved and help you in any way they can.
And how about you?
Well, like now, compared to when I joined and applied, nowadays there's so many avenues to get in touch. There's social media is a massive one. Lancashire Fire Service have Facebook page that you can get onto. There's information on that. There's currently adverts out at the minute on social media. So it's just go down to the station, talk to the crews there. They'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction. And that's ultimately what I did. I must admit, I didn't have really any concerns, because, I was a 19-year-old single lad who's like, I want to be a firefighter. That's what I want to do. And so I went down, and it happened to be that Rottenstall was my local station. I did know somebody that was on the on-call at the time, so I went straight to him and spoke to other firefighters. And it was just, this is what I want to do.
So the advice is go down to your local station or register your interest online and speak to the crews.
They're amazing, especially like, speaking from my experience with AB Fire Station. Mine was literally, I bumped into the previous watch manager of the station in the middle of the street, and I was just like, oh, you're a firefighter at AB? And he's like, yes, how can I help you? And he put me in touch with the crew manager here, and that was just it. That was the start of my journey. So I bumped into him in the street in February. By June, I was accepted onto to the course, ready for the following November. And it's been a roller coaster all the way, since I bumped into him in the street, and it's been fantastic. I've loved every minute of it, and I'd encourage anybody to join.
One of the other things I want to talk about is a common myth about the job that maybe you want to squash. Like, I know quite a lot of people think it can either be quite restricted.
It is, in terms of the hours of commitment, it can be there can be times where you do think it's coming up to the summer, your friends are having barbecues, etc., outside of your sort of catchment area, but there is a lot of flexibility within the role as well. So it's not just about you providing cover for that fire; it's a team approach in providing cover for the the fire appliance. So I can probably count on one hand the amount of times in sort of the 6-7 years that I did on call where I may have had to miss something, but if it was anything important, there's always sort of ways around, getting time off, and just by speaking to your managers. So there's a lot of people that say, well, you've got to stay within the 5-minute area. Yeah, that's true, but only on your hours of when you're actually on call. But again, within that, there is flexibility within your hours of cover, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. You are committing a number of hours to the on-call, but it is very much you're fitting it in around your life. So there is flexibility with it. In the 18 months that I've been in, I've never missed anything in that time. My station's been really supportive. I actually had a job change during that time, and even when I had the job change and it was a complete change of hours, they were really supportive with it, and there was no issue when I put in for change of hours. It went straight through, and it's been absolutely flexible.
Common myth I do need to squash though.
Go on.
Cats in trees. We don't rescue cats up trees a lot of the time. It's very rare. Okay, it's the first thing that people say to me. Oh, have you rescued any cats up trees? So I think I say rescue in the loosest term 2 in 18 years. So yeah, we can quash that one.
I've never been out to a cat rescue yet.
And maybe the other myth is that it's not always fires. Because obviously everyone assumes it's just burning buildings, and that is a big part of the role. But like you said, there's a lot of community engagement. There is other types of rescues that we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the station I was at previous to my on-call role as a support officer within Lancashire, I was at a station where we are specifically, animal rescue, water rescue, swift water rescue technicians, boat. Bariatric rescue. There's everything that we go to now. There's aerial ladder platform stations. It's just such a diverse range of incidents that we go to and skills that we can possess.
Like you said before, it's never 2 days are the same. No, the 2
not.
incidents are the same.
Absolutely. I mean, EB's not got a specific. We're not a specialised station.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, yours had special rescue and things. But we've had such a wide range. We've had a couple of bariatric jobs.
Well, you get involved in your support. Even if you're at a station where you don't have those, it doesn't mean to say you won't be going on those jobs because your support mechanism.
A couple of jobs we've had recently, they were bariatric jobs, and that's not our speciality. But we adapted our skill set, we adapted our training, we came together as a crew, and we got the job done. And the casualty that we rescued got off to hospital. We had a really crazy one just off the back of my breathing apparatus course, and we'd had a gentleman who was blowtorching his cheese on toast.
Oh, that's a new one. I've never heard that one.
Yeah, we were like, oh, maybe use a toaster or your grill. And he'd set all his beard on fire. So he looked a bit like Father Christmas with it all charred. And
I have no words.
He was fine. We treated him, and he was absolutely fine, thankfully. But that was not something we were typically expecting to turn up to.
It's also as well, just listening to kind of like what you're saying now is thinking of like other different sort of common myths is the being scared of heights thing. Yeah. So that's something that I've heard quite a lot is people saying to me, well, I'm scared of heights. How would that sort of pose in the fire service? And I'll admit, like, I'm probably not the bravest when it comes to heights, but the activities that we're expected to carry out, all the training that you get, etc., that absolutely squashed any issues I had with heights. I'm not, I'll go up a 13.5 metre ladder now to, which is the equivalent of a 3rd-storey house, and not think twice about it. But prior to that, I did have reservations. But again, through the training, through demonstrations, etc., that you have, you're as safe as safe can be.
Yeah, you have a supportive network around you. And like you said earlier, it's like a family, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. I mean, I'm not one of the tallest people. I'm only 5'1". And a lot of people have said, do you not find it difficult being so small? But it definitely has its advantages. So some things you need the really tall firefighters for.
Yeah.
And then other things like trying to treat casualty care at a road traffic accident. Someone my size can easily crawl into the back of a car and support a casualty, compared to the other firefighter who's the complete extreme to me here. He's 6'7". So him trying to climb into the back of a car is not easy task.
No.
That's something I can do. But then things like helping a casualty back down a ladder, that's not something that would be my strong point, because I haven't got the reach capability. So you need a diverse team to be able to carry out the different tasks. And there, a lot of people do think you need to be a certain height for the fire service, which previously you did going back a number of years. And now it doesn't matter at all.
So if we look at applying for the role, are there any tips that you would like to give to an individual out there who's considering it?
Find out what's required for your fitness. Work on those. Go into the stations. The stations are happy to help you build up your fitness levels. Look on social media. You can go onto YouTube, see what's required, and watch the videos of how the practical assessment is carried out, so you get yourself fully prepared. And just looking at everything there's so much to offer research-wise within the fire service, be it from social media, YouTube, Lancashire Fire and Rescue website, or actually just going in and speaking to the crews. You can get as much information and get yourself prepared.
Yeah, just to echo on what Leanne's saying there is, some people can have reservations about the fitness levels. So for those that are interested, we run this at the minute definitely 2 recognised fitness tests for entry, which is the bleep test, which is quite a commonly known one throughout, whether you're in the fire service or not. To get a pass, you need to achieve 8.6 on the bleep test. And then we have a Chester treadmill test, which that's been specifically designed for the fire service. By all means, drop into your station, ask them about it. But if you do want to practice, you've got the access to the equipment, it's an 8.6 a pass. We do have currently running at the minute a pilot called Fit for Fire, and it's just a chance for you to come down, have a practice at some of these things and see where you're at with your fitness, and then there's our PT instructors available there to sort of give you that guidance, where you need to be and what you need to improve on.
Oh, so there is a lot of resources out there. I know for a fact on our TikTok and Instagram we have started to put out fitness tips videos. So we have got one of the Chester treadmill on how to replicate it in a gym. We've got the bleep test. So like you say, get your research done, look online,
absolutely,
and just practice.
Yeah, the EAB station, when I came down, they actually gave me a printout of what the levels would be, how to do the incline, and set your speed at your local gym, so that I could practice it myself. And that's how I did mine, so that I could practice the 2 and find out which was best for myself before turning up on the day of a practical assessment.
Also on that as well, sort of tips for people who are interested in applying for the on-call. Again, once upon a time, when I joined, it was you had to have GCSEs in maths, English, science of C and above. And again, that's changed again in the fire service. So that's been adapted for those that maybe didn't complete GCSEs. We now have functional tests. So we've got the SHL link, which is another way of assessing abilities in maths and English. So yeah, don't think if you may not have been a high achiever at school, that doesn't mean to say you can't apply for the fire service. There's other avenues for application.
Do you have any tips for the actual application form? Because I know on the website sometimes people can be put off with forms.
Just draw on as much experience that you've got. Don't be afraid that you're putting trivial things in. Everything else, just look at everything you've done across your background and draw on the different experiences from it, being things that you've done to help with family or work experiences, or things that you've done at school, ways of helping your friends, and just put it all in. The fire service are looking at an all-round approach and seeing what you like as a person, as a complete, not just what you were like in that job or what you were like at home. So just put everything in. don't be afraid to miss anything out.
Anything and everything, something even if you can think of, even if it's just one very short life experience that you've had that makes you stand out from anybody else. It could have been a holiday to somewhere really randomly remote, or just something that or if you've taken part in sort of one activity on a stag or hen do that is kind of that gave you an experience where you thought like that could be a transferable skill into the fire service. Because I must admit, when I applied, it was again a while ago, I would have imagined that my application, being a 19-year-old, sort of just left college, I may not have had as many life experiences, but I probably would just put anything and everything there. I taught for England, as you know, but so I just just put anything about myself, any sporting activity, any sporting sort of achievements that I had, things like that. Something that when anyone looking at that application thinks, I want to talk to them about that, and when you get to interview, you can talk confidently about those sort of experiences that you've had.
Yeah, don't look at it as you filling a form in. Just look at it as you just writing about yourself to somebody who has never met you before.
Yeah.
Rather than
selling
thinking,
yourself.
I've got to fill instead of thinking, how, because a lot of people are intimidated by forms. Instead of looking at it as a form approach, just look at it as you're telling a story, and just fill in each box that way.
That's a really good way of putting it in a different perspective. Because, like you say, you need to draw on almost everything, don't you?
Yeah.
Because some people don't think certain life experiences count as a skill, but if you can start thinking in a different way and tell a story, you can sell yourself in a really good way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, if someone is interested in applying, what can they do as of now?
So right now we have the recruitment vehicle van. So it's a nice bright sky blue van that
You can't miss it.
You cannot miss it at all. On the side of that, there is a QR code. So if you want to scan that, you can sort of get a bit more information. Again, it'll point you to the direction of the website to apply. Applications for our next recruitment process open on the 17th of June, close on the 7th of July. So look out for that and get applying, really.
You can register your interest online, can't you, as well, so you don't miss out.
So we have already currently, on the back of the adverts that have been going around on social media, in, I think, the last 2 or 3 days, we've had 70 expressions of interest up to now.
Wow.
And they are coming straight to the on-call support team. So we are receiving them. So don't for 1 second think that I'm just sending this, expression of interest out that we're not picking up. We definitely are picking them up. So we're getting a great response.
If anybody has any queries, are they able to ring the on-call support officers?
Yes. So if they do drop into the station or, go onto the website, there will be contact details there available for their relevant areas.
Leanne?
Yep.
What would you suggest someone do? Do they need to speak to their employer, speak to their family before they apply?
I would definitely discuss it with your family, especially if you're married or you've got children. Discuss with them. Make sure that everybody's on board and you're all understanding. Discuss with your employer in case you're wanting to turn out from work or if it affects your hours. Maybe if you get called out to a job before you go into work, that can affect things. And then once you've discussed with your family and your employers, like I say, go online, register your interest, get yourself into station, draw on the information from them, and then start your applications.
We've also got literature for employers as well. So if they want more information about what sort of impact it's going to have on them letting their employers respond to emergencies, we've got packs for them to have a look at, and the on-call support officer is more than happy to go and visit employers as well if they'd rather speak to somebody face to face. I'm more than happy to go out and speak to any employer, because me personally, I was very, very lucky when I joined the on-call that I had an employer that allowed me to respond from
work.
Yeah, and I literally worked across the road from the fire station, so there was no sort of hiding when I got back from jobs or anything like that. But yeah, so there is information out there, not just for applicants, but it's for the applicants' employers as well, if they want to know what it means to them.
Fantastic. So they just need to go on the website if it's an employer, and they can find the relevant on-call support officer to make that initial contact if they have any queries.
Yes, or the applicants can pick up. We can give them the packs if they want to take it to their employers as well.
This has been a really great discussion. I think we've covered a lot of points and explained what being an on-call firefighter is like, how to apply, and you've definitely given great tips for any people that are considering the role. I'm going to ask you a question what's your biggest takeaway you want the listeners to take from this episode?
I'd say for me, the biggest thing is if you are thinking about it, do it. Go for it. We do have a go days as well across the stations, across the county. So that invites you to come along, have a go at some of the physical activities that is required by a firefighter, and it might just turn that bug into a bit of a push. I would just say, go for it. We have key dates available, so if you are interested in applying on the next recruitment drive, we've got the dates available.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's something you've always had an interest in, if you've been curious when you've seen firefighters out on jobs and you've thought, I wonder what it'd be like, get yourself down to a station, go and find out about it, and it's definitely worthwhile. It's for myself, since joining 18 months ago, it sounds dramatic, but it has absolutely changed my life massively.
Yeah,
and I would recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, my biggest take is how proud I am. Like, I'll go home and my oldest child, my son Bo, he's like, Dad, what have you done today? Tell me. I want to know every detail. Honestly, he's definitely my biggest fan. So again, shout out to Bo. he wants to be a firefighter now as well.
So you've inspired him.
Oh, he's in training now from 5 years old. So he's got his little kit and everything.
Yeah, my daughter's 18 in August, and she's thinking about signing up. She's interested in it. She's been down to station and spoke to some of the lads here, and she's keen to join. But I would say as well, if you're not overly confident in yourself and you think, I don't know how I'd cope with the challenges of joining the fire service, I was one of the people growing up that I would act confident, but behind that facade I was really shy and reserved, and I acted more confident than I were so people couldn't see it. Since joining the fire service, I've become very confident in myself. I believe in my abilities, and I would encourage people to join the fire service because it does bring that out of you, and that tight-knit family that you have from being in the on-call fire service, it's like nothing else. I would definitely recommend it.
I 100% agree with that, especially how I just feel like how the fire service sort of seems to naturally guide you as a person. So in contrast to Leanne, I just wasn't the loudest and mouthiest person going at 19, but then I joined the fire service and I still had all that energy, still had all that sort of wild drive. But then over the years, the fire service, again, through people I met, people that the jobs that I've been on, has kind of, I think, sculpted that and kind of, I think 100% developed me as a person, and made me sort of, I don't know, I don't want to use the word mature, because anyone that does listen to this and knows me will definitely know that's not the case. But no, I think it has sort of really steered all this energy that I have into the right
direction.
Yeah, definitely, because you've just, there's people out there that, like yourself, we've got that ability. But it's like, where do I place it? Where do I want to actually go with this? And the fire service kind of finds the path for you.
And there is, once you're in the fire service, you're not just a firefighter. Once you've got through that 2-year development programme, it's between 2 and 4 years for the development programme, but once you've got through that, there's then so many different roles that you can go down. I mean,
a lot of development.
And for myself, I would ultimately like to end up training at training centre. That's where I would like to go. From the minute I was doing the course at training centre, I just thought, this is where I want to end up. I want to be teaching people like myself and developing their skills and bringing them through the fire service. Yeah,
so again, echoing Leanne, so I joined at 19 with average GCSE results, poor A-level results, but now I'm LGV driver, I'm blue light driver, incident command level 1, I've been a trauma trainer, so I've trauma qualifications. I've got ILM qualifications like incident management. There's just so much. I've TACWA, which is teaching and quality assurance. An actual teaching qualification as well, and this was all in the fire service. So the fire service can offer you so much as long as you're giving yourself to the fire service as well. So yeah, it's really, really good.
It sounds like you've both had amazing experiences.
Yeah.
And obviously we want people to join us. We want people to get involved. So it is register your interest online, go down to station and hit that apply button.
Absolutely, you definitely won't regret it.
Yeah.
But thank you very much to both of you for sharing your stories today.
Thank you for having us.
If you're interested in finding out more about on-call firefighting at Lancashire Fire and Rescue Service and would like to register your interest, please head over to our website on www.lancfirerescue.org.uk/on-call. The link will be in the episode notes below. And remember, if you liked our episode, please like and subscribe, and let's make Lancashire safer together.